Gurmagad, Chair,
Senator
and
Fitzpatrick.
I'm in Leinster House. Thanks to Dee and John and Donna and to Derek. Really appreciate your contributions here today. And I commend you for your ambition for Limerick and for the people that you're representing. And I think it is great. I think you're articulating a real ambition. And I'm a big fan of the idea of strong local government. I agree with you. We don't have strong local government. I've soldiered in the trenches for more than 15 years, so I can say that with authority. I also believe that this is a really important time, not just for Limerick, but also for local government. And it is important that we get this right. I think the ambition that you've articulated here today, though, is balanced by the caution and the concern that you're expressing. I've looked at John. We don't have the benefit of your report, but we will read it once we receive it. And thank you for submitting that, and thanks to the others for their opening statements. And Dee, I just looked up the implementation advisory group's report with 156 pages. You guys certainly did your work. So I guess my first question, Dee, is: did the department ever come back and give the implementation group any feedback on that report? Did they meet with you and did they feed back on it? How did that work out?
Absolutely, and some department officials, worked alongside us the whole way through. And again, I think there was excellent interaction between the department officials and the group, because we didn't want to be going into territory that just didn't have the possibility of being delivered. We didn't want to waste everybody's time in that. So there was a lot of consideration given to making recommendations that were ambitious but deliverable. And certainly, Minister Burke shared our vision I appreciated that ambition, and obviously he himself has a vision for delivering local government reform. We met with him in Limerick last week, and he reassured us that it is still his intention to try and bring forward as many of the other recommendations. I think he told us that 38 in total have been brought wholly into the bill. A further 10 are partially reflected in the bill, but I believe we had 67 in total. So there's a number more that haven't been addressed. And I acknowledge that what we're talking about is change, and change is difficult. But certainly Limerick has put its hand up and said, we're up for it. And we would appreciate the support of the committee and the officials in the various departments that need to cooperate in making that happen for us. I look forward to the people of Waterford joining us in the future, and certainly the mayor in Limerick would love to have a mayor in Waterford to have a colleague and a buddy with, to reflect on all of the commonalities and the issues that face our city regions in trying to accommodate the population growth projections from Project Ireland 2040. So, we really want to get this right, not just for ourselves, but for everyone. Yeah,
and not just Waterford, Dee. I have to tell you, in Dublin we've ambitions for our own directly elected mayor as well. I know you might think that we have everything here, but we certainly don't. John, I think you were trying to come in, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut across you.
I'm sure that there are people in my old department and others saying that here comes the former gatekeeper turned poacher at the moment, right? In terms of what I'm about to say. But look, there are two tensions at play here. I mean, there's the tension between central government and local government, and then there's sort of a geographical, one between what happens in Dublin and what happens in the regions and how to accommodate those. And people, as I say in my thing, are afraid of change very often. And fundamentally, the people of Limerick were promised something. And I think it is now up to the legislators, not the unelected officials, to take cognizance of that, identify, and I really commend the report of Tim. I think it is a very balanced way of looking at it. Anything that is in that report as a recommendation that's not in the legislation should be questioned very seriously as to why it's being omitted and not put through now. And that, I think, is the responsibility of the democratically elected representatives of the Oireachtas to actually just drive that through and not to say no, because as you said, it can apply as a model then well road tested for Waterford, for Cork and Galway, and indeed Dublin, and indeed probably other counties as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. And my fear is that not only if we don't get it right for Limerick, will it be a failure for Limerick, but it will be a failure then for other cities into the future. And it'll be a failure for us all to strengthen local government and local democracy. So I agree with you. We will work hard. We will review those recommendations, and we will look to challenge their inclusion in the ultimate legislation. So, Gur Míle Mágaibh.
Patrick,
and for sticking to time, that's very helpful. Thank you. And